Well, good morning, morning, my friends. What is up? It is your friend and pal Seth. My pronouns are he and they. I want to welcome you into this video for this morning. Kind of your daily inspiration, your daily inspirational video for this morning. I know I have not done one of these actually in a while, so definitely getting back into it is a very exciting task for me, actually. So, if you saw one of the last videos that I did here on my channel, I was doing kind of a little bit of a birthday reflections video because my birthday was at the end of February, February 26th. It was a fantastic, fabulous birthday, by the way. And one of the things that I said I was actually going to start doing in that video was start doing a lot more videos here on my YouTube channel and talk a little bit more, especially also about the back into the community practice that I belong to. So this is the first of those videos. This is a brand new week. It is literally the first week of March, y'all. Can you believe it? Okay, we're already into 2026 and it is already March. Well, today's March 2nd because today's Monday, March 2nd. Yesterday was actually March 1st. So anyway, so this is literally the week of March 2nd through March 6th, Monday to Friday. Inside the community practice that I'm in, we have groups Monday through Friday. We actually have 7 groups per week. And everything. So what I wanted to do inside of this video is actually give a kind of a little bit of a preview for this week and what we're going to really be focusing on. And then also just a short kind of preview of exactly what we're going to be talking about today. Because if you look at that ticker down on the bottom, we have our first group for this new month this morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, all of our groups are virtual. If you, my friend, would like to join our group for this morning, please do let me know. Okay. Again, these are all on Zoom. They are virtual. If you like the link, you just let me know. Okay. And I will give you the hookup. All right. So this week, y'all, as I said, it is March. Okay. And so for this week, what I thought we'd do, especially in all of our groups, this week. The theme of the week is going to be transition. Okay. As I said, is the first week of March. We're literally transitioning from, I'm in Virginia, a very cold winter, actually, that we just had. And we're transitioning into spring. Okay. And it's interesting because especially this week, we're actually supposed to get, I think, a little bit of snow or a little bit of winter weather today, Monday. But by the end of the week, okay, it's going to be like in the 60s and 70s Fahrenheit. So I'm going, now dang, that's one heck of a transition. Okay, and a quite fast one, interestingly enough. Okay, yet that is Northern Virginia weather. Okay, that's pretty much Virginia. It's one of those things we cannot control. Okay, so we are literally transitioning from winter into spring. Literally, for me, literally this week, but literally going from February to March, there's this huge thing that happens. Okay. So in all of our groups this week, we're going to be kind of looking at ways to transition and kind of plant those seeds of hope. When we think of, March, we think of spring, we think of flowers, all of that, flowers blooming, all of that, being in a garden, all of that. And everything. So we're going to be looking inside of each group about ways to transition, whether that be, looking at our past thought patterns, looking at past limiting beliefs, all of that, those types of things that may have helped us or kept us safe inside of the comfort zone in the past, and looking for a way to kind of transition from, okay, that was nice. Okay, that has helped. That has, been something in the past. But what kind of new seeds can I plant? What kind of new habits, new thought patterns, and everything can I start to think about? And can I start to plant for myself as I move into this amazing future? Okay. So again, going from, winter into spring. Okay. And then within that, setting those SMART goals, looking at the SMART goal framework, SMART, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time related. Okay. Setting those SMART goals for maintenance. Okay. Even if they're like little small goals. Okay. So setting SMART goals for maintenance when we figure out kind of, the types of things that we can do. So every single group this week, pretty much all of our groups this week are going to be centered around this theme, and we're going to be doing it in a very interesting and different way inside of each group. So if that is really something that interests you, definitely let me know. Okay. So what I want to do is kind of do some little bit of some teaser topics and everything. I've kind of named them and everything. I'm only going to go through three, and the first one that I'm going to go through is called a mental spring cleaning, and that's what we're actually going to be doing in today's group at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is called what we're going to be doing. What is called a mental spring cleaning. Okay, we've heard of, spring cleaning, for our house, for our apartment, for where we live and everything. But what about a mental spring cleaning for our minds and everything, and also our body? All right. So we're going to be going through a mental spring cleaning, and this is going to be about, again, honoring what came before, looking at, those patterns and everything that we've had, the thoughts, the habits, all of that. So honoring those. Okay, because they may have helped us in the past. So honoring what came before and making room for new and improved habits. So we're going to be going through a procedure and through ways that we can do this inside of group today. So today's group is going to be powerful, and it's going to be actually also a lot of fun. All right. So that's what we're going to be going through in today's group, kind of a mental spring cleaning. In addition, this week, I just want to go through two other kind of teaser topics. I won't say what group they're in or what day, but again, if these, are things that do interest you and everything, definitely come to the groups. So another thing we're going to be looking at is the Trinity of well-being. Okay, this is kind of looking at the connection, again, our body, mind, spirit, or soul. Body, mind, soul, that whole Trinity and everything. And I've talked inside of these groups about how inside of a lot of these videos, how I really believe in the body, mind, spirit connection. And inside of a lot of our groups, we go through a very holistic way of healing. We don't just look at, or focus on, how we can heal in our body and everything. We look at the mind, we look at the soul or spirit, we look at all of that. All right. So we also have, something, inside of our groups this week called the Trinity of Well-being. So looking at the connection between, number one, our body responses, how our body would respond to certain things like, hypervigilance or anxiety or anything. Looking at those, looking at our thoughts, our limiting beliefs, the thoughts that we have maybe about ourselves, about the world, all of that. And then using those, again, and using kind of our spirit or soul as a guide to guide us towards new habits. Okay, so again, kind of looking at all of that in connection, right? And then, as I said, using that SMART goal framework to, again, plant those new seeds of hope and those new habits and everything that we can cultivate. All right, so that's the Trinity of Well-being. Another thing we're going to be doing and looking at this week is something called finding your inner spring. All right. And this is about kind of moving from the dormancy or the frozen part of winter, or the thoughts and stuff and everything that may be kind of frozen within us, towards a thaw, right? Things can melt, that helps us to grow. Okay. And this is something actually that's going to also be really, really fun and really, really interesting as well. Kind of about finding our inner spring, the things that we can, cultivate, and everything. So again, those are just some, teaser topics and everything. But as I said, the mental spring cleaning one that I talked about, we're actually going to be doing this one today, this morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. I also, before I end this video, wanted to kind of give some sample teaser songs for this week that we're going to be listening to. Y'all, you know me, inside of groups, I love music. I call these songs for inspiration or songs for inspiration. Okay, so I just want to give you a little teaser of some of the songs. Okay, we're going to be listening to the song Dear Lie by TLC, kind of looking at those lies and everything, that we have been telling ourselves, or those lies, those limiting beliefs, those cognitive distortions, looking at all of those and saying, okay, you ain't helping me here. Okay, I need to figure out something else. I need to figure out a truth in a way. And this is a brilliant and really, really powerful song. So that's one of the songs we're going to be listening to. Another one we're going to be listening to, I love this song. It's called Sunrise by Norah Jones. And this is about, again, as we're going from, this winter to spring and looking at, spring, flowers blooming, all of that, the sunrise. Okay. So looking at, y'all know the song from Annie, The Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow. Okay. So again, looking at, like, that may be another song we may listen to actually this week, but kind of looking at, the sun and everything. And again, it's just a really, really powerful song. So The Sunrise by Norah Jones. Another one, Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield. I absolutely love this song, and I love this artist too. An incredible voice, but also an incredible song. Okay, because, we are literally each day writing our future and writing, pretty much what happens, based on a lot of the choices that we make each day. Because again, we're given the power of choice. We have the power of choice each day, and everything. So, kind of looking at, our future and writing pretty much our future in a way. So again, those are just some sample songs for the week that we're going to be listening to. We're going to be listening to a lot more. Y'all know me. I normally do like 2 or 3 songs per group. Okay. So we're going to be listening to a lot more, but that's just a little bit of a teaser. All right. For you for today. All right. So that will really about do it for your morning inspiration, your morning inspiration video for the day. If you can come to the group today, as I said, look at that little ticker. Join our group today at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. Our group this morning is called Tranquil Voices. Okay. I also really just love that title. Okay. So there we go. All right. So if you would like to join us, you do not have the Zoom link, let me know down in the comments. Let me know on social media, and I will get you the hookup. All right, my friends? So with that being said, I will always say, don't quit before the miracle happens, my babies. Find ways to keep moving forward because you are amazing. You are worth it. Let's join hands, do this together. Okay. I will also say, stay positive, stay motivated, stay focused on your amazing, huge, big dreams and goals, my friends. All right. Thank you so much for watching your morning inspiration, your morning inspiration video for the day. And I will see you. Hello, cute guy, you cute. You gonna be here for tomorrow's video as well, right? Because I'm gonna see you. Yes. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. There we go. Woo. All right. So I will see you in the morning inspiration, the morning inspiration video for tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day. Make it an amazing day. And I will see you in the next video.